to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
So hopefully this is working right now. Gonna give it a shot. It's at 2:23. I'm already late for work. So hopefully I want to see how the audio goes, how the video goes. So I don't know. It's cold. It's cold. So I'm just gonna let it sit, and I guess where can I just start? So it's just frustrating. It really is. So I say so a lot, and if I'm going to keep doing that, that's probably not good for the podcast or good for the vlog or whatever it is. I've figured out that blogs really should be. I've noticed like two people whose blogs I watch a lot are Vic DiBenedetto, and Onision, and they tend to make videos like no longer than like 2 minutes, 2 minutes tops, 3 minutes tops. I mean, they've had longer ones, and that's like when they have a topic, but I guess sometimes you just want to get to the point. And this is more of like a test. This is more just to see, first to see how the audio sounds in this action cam that I got. It was originally like, it was like $60. I got it on clearance for $15. It came with this little like housing that you could play, you could listen to it, you could record underwater, and that was fine, except if when you're recording underwater you just record video, because since it's in a housing, the microphone doesn't work. So hopefully I won't get pulled over with this in the car. I mean, I got this big bright white fucking iPhone cord sticking out of it. And it gives me self-doubt, like when I have nothing to say and I get stuttery, and so I'm just waiting for the little needle to move a little bit, and I feel bad. I feel like I'm wasting gas, and then another part of me feels like, you don't want to drive with a cold engine because it ruins the catalytic converter, because that's what happened to my old car. I would drive without any kind of waiting for it to heat up, and the catalytic converter went on it, and in New York state law, allegedly, they have to go to the dealership to put in a new catalytic converter, when I could fucking find one on eBay for like $150. And part of me is like, I wonder if I just went on eBay, bought one off of eBay, and just took it to a mechanic and let the mechanic pay for it. I mean, pay the mechanic to do it, and then go back for the inspection, because that's what's wrong with my car right now. My old car was the catalytic converter is gone, the control arms are gone, and the control arms were gone so bad that like the front treads, the treads on my front tire went out. So here I am pulling out. I wonder how much the engine noise will affect the video. And part of me is like, I should put the camera in a lower place, but then again, people probably think this is a police car, so they're not gonna question like gadgets on the dashboard, some sort of funky dash cam or something. Which I guess technically it is a dash cam, but I mean it's recording out, not recording this way. I mean, it's a bright sunny day. I mean, the light, I can't ask for a better light, especially in a shitty camera like this one. The light isn't that great. So, as for ambient light, it's probably, I can't ask for a more sunny day, but it's still fucking pretty cold outside. We've had the last day of February, and they said this is the coldest February in recorded history ever. So here I am. I got this new car, rear-wheel drive, Honda Astoria, 2007. And rear cold weather. Like right now, oh shit, I just have my vent on. I didn't know that my vent on. My heater. I'm expecting with the cold weather, because this car has stalled on me a couple of times when I'm at the red light. It'll like lurch a little bit and kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Idle hard, lurch forward. So I'm trying my best to just keep my eyes on the road. I'm not looking at the camera. I mean, I look at the camera every now and then for emphasis, but so the water, there's water on the streets now. Like I said, it's like, I don't know how hot it is outside, but it's beautiful. The sun is absolutely beautiful, but the water is just the melting ice from the water is more of a. I just saw one of my customers in my store. I'm going to work right now, and I had to be at work 15 minutes ago. It takes me about 15 minutes to get to work, but I'm at a point right now where I just really don't give a fuck. You know, when I was first hired, I was hired to be a full-time manager, and they cut my hours. And it's nothing personal against me. Nobody in the same position that I'm in. I'm a shift supervisor, and nobody in my job gets a full 40-hour week. They keep us, you know, 1 week it's 36 hours, next week it's 34 hours. You know, it would probably be good pay if I was getting paid if I had a full schedule, but I don't have a full schedule. So, you know, it sounds great on paper, and you're like, oh, full time, and my pay rate, you know, of course, could be better. And you know, we got a little 50-cent raise earlier this year, last month. Technically, last month was January. But I think we got that raise because like everyone in New York State got a raise. You know, people minimum wage down. I want to say I think it was sparked more down in New York City with the minimum wage going up. See, like right now, I'm not even touching the gas, and it's kind of like lurching forward. But the minimum wage went up, so we got a 50%. We got a 50-cent raise, which I was kind of like, I was waiting for the raise to kick in, so then I can bitch and say, hey, everyone else is getting a raise, why can't I have a raise also? So without even asking for it, I mean, well, I asked for it, and I got a raise, and my boss, he was a nice guy, but you know, he's put in a bad position, so sometimes he kind of has to just lie. He basically lied to me and said, you got the raise, you asked for it, so here's your raise. And then I spoke to a couple other of my coworkers, and they kind of mentioned the fact that they got a raise also. So, my boss lied to me. You know what I'm saying? I got a raise, and he's taking credit for it, like he did something for me. And it was because everybody got a raise. So, right now I'm at a point where like I really don't give a fuck. You know, I'll show up to work when I show up. You know, we do have to clock in when we get to work, and we kind of have like a half an hour buffer zone between the time we're scheduled to show up and when to clock in. Anything after that half an hour buffer zone, you need someone else to override the punch. And so, you know, that's why I'm like, it's not, you know, I make no real effort to get to work on time. So when if I'm late, I'm late, you know. And then, you know, I have this newer guy who's been in the job a couple of months now. Now mind you, I'm what they call a shift supervisor. He was hired to be an assistant manager. And I really can't be too pissed off at him because there are people at my job who are cashiers, and I got hired as a shift supervisor, which, you know, I'm a step above a cashier. And an assistant manager, someone hired a step above me. So I really can't get mad that somebody was hired outside of the box or whatever. And it turns out, like, I don't know the full story of it all, but I believe His brother is married to another assistant manager, who's a woman that transferred to our store, who has worked with my manager years and years ago, and so he knows her to be a reliable person. She's recommended him, So he was hired. I thought he came in as a shift supervisor like me. He came in as an assistant. Well, now he's like a full-fledged assistant manager, and he stays for extra hours. Like I said, my schedule's been cut down. Now I'm the evening guy. I come in at 2 and I leave at 9 or however long it takes to finish the paperwork to get out of it. So he comes in and he's a morning guy. So when he's supposed to leave at 5, he'll leave at 7, making up for whatever hours. He's supposed to, he's been doing a lot of that, where he'll come in on time and he'll stay a little bit later. Obviously, never on a day where the manager's there, on a day where other things are going on, and he's like, oh, no. I don't know how he justifies it. I don't know how, so I don't want to, he's kind of forcing them to give hours, and I don't know how long that's going to last. And shit, had I known it was going to be like that, because if you show up for work early, they're not going to let you start work early. I mean, I've seen some of my coworkers do that, and you'll let someone slide once or twice a week. Okay, yeah, you came in half an hour early.